Did you know that the average person makes about 35,000 decisions every single day? That's everything from what to eat for breakfast to whether or not to hit snooze on your alarm. But here's the kicker. Most of those decisions aren't even conscious. They're automatic, shaped by something we don't often think about, our environment.
That's such a wild number. I mean, 35,000 decisions, and most of them are just happening in the background?
Exactly. And that's why today we're talking about how your environment, the spaces you live and work in, the people you surround yourself with, even the way your phone is set up, can either make those decisions easier or harder. It's like this invisible hand guiding your behaviour.
So even if someone is super disciplined, their environment could still be working against them?
Absolutely. Discipline is important, but it's not enough on its own. Think of it this way. If you're trying to eat healthier but your kitchen is full of junk food, you're setting yourself up for failure. Your environment is constantly influencing your choices, whether you realise it or not.
That's such a powerful idea. So it's not just about willpower, it's about what's around you.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Willpower is limited. It's like a muscle that gets tired the more you use it. But your environment, that's constant. It's always there, shaping your defaults, the things you do without even thinking about them.
Okay, so let's break this down. What do you mean by defaults?
Defaults are the automatic choices you make because they're the easiest or most obvious option. For example, if your phone is sitting right next to you, your default might be to pick it up and scroll through social media. If your workspace is cluttered, your default might be to procrastinate because it's harder to focus. Your environment sets the stage for what feels natural or effortless.
That makes so much sense. So your environment is basically nudging you in one direction or another, even if you're not aware of it.
Exactly. And the crazy part is, most people don't even think about it. They blame themselves for not being disciplined enough, but the real problem is often their surroundings.
So give me an example of how this plays out in real life.
Sure. Let's say you're trying to read more books instead of watching TV. If your TV remote is sitting on the coffee table and your books are tucked away on a shelf, what's the easier choice? You're going to grab the remote, but if you flip that, put the books on the coffee table and the remote in a drawer, you've just made reading the default option.
That's such a simple change, but it makes a huge difference. It's like you're designing your environment to work for you instead of against you.
Exactly. And that's the key. You don't have to rely on willpower if you design your environment in a way that supports your goals. You make the right behaviour easier and the wrong behaviour harder.
So how do you actually do that? What are some practical steps people can take?
The first step is awareness. Take a good, honest look at your environment and ask yourself, what's making good behaviour easier and what's making it harder? Once you identify those things, you can start making changes. Start small, move your phone charger out of the bedroom, clear off your desk, or set up a dedicated space for exercise.
That's such a great point. And I think a lot of people don't realise how much those small changes can add up over time.
Absolutely. It's all about reducing friction for the behaviours you want to do and adding friction for the ones you want to avoid. For example, if you want to eat healthier, keep fruits and vegetables at eye level in your fridge and put the junk food on a high shelf or in the back of a cabinet.
That's such a practical tip. And it's interesting because it's not about making huge dramatic changes. It's about tweaking the little things that influence your daily habits.
Exactly. And those little tweaks can have a big impact over time. It's like compound interest for your habits. The more you optimise your environment, the less you have to rely on willpower and the easier it becomes to stay consistent.
So what about people who feel stuck? Maybe they're in an environment they can't completely control, like a shared workspace or a busy household. What can they do?
That's a great question. Even if you can't control everything, you can still control some things. For example, if you're in a shared workspace, you could use noise-cancelling headphones to block out distractions. Or if you're in a busy household, you could set up a small corner that's just for you, a space where you can focus or relax.
That's such a good reminder. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Even small changes can make a big difference.
Exactly. And the beauty of this approach is that it's empowering. Instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of your environment, you realise you have the power to shape it. You're not stuck. You can design your way to better habits.
That's such an inspiring idea. And it really ties into what we've been talking about throughout this series, how to take control of your life by understanding the forces that shape it.
Absolutely. And in the next episode, we're going to take this even further. by talking about decision making, because at the end of the day, your life is the result of the decisions you make daily.
That's going to be a great follow-up. It really ties everything together.
It does. I can't wait to dive into it.